we're going to talk about where we've been, French airs, and one special place that we like to go. It's called Buchy, where there's a vet, isn't there?
Yeah, very good.
Where you can get your dog worm tableted and passport signed. It's just a couple of hours away from the Channel Tunnel. But where have we been? Now, over the last 4 years, we've been to quite a few places.
Yeah.
I think it's, I think we said in a couple of videos ago, we've stopped in over, nearly 200
Yep.
places, haven't we? We've done 200 sort of overnight or weeks, days, or whatever we've done. Yeah.
And we've been to 8 different countries.
Have we?
Yes.
8?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Where have we been? England?
Yes.
Scotland?
Yes.
Not been to Wales?
Yes. Yes, we have.
Have we? Oh yeah, we went to Wales. Yeah. Didn't we have a lovely time the day we went to Bangor?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It's the first time we saw an outdoor laundry in England,
yeah,
in the UK.
Yeah.
So, and that
well, if
was
you
there.
count that as countries,
Yeah. So we have been to Wales. Not been to Ireland yet.
No.
So there's 3. France.
Yes.
Germany. Spain.
Switzerland.
Sweden. Denmark.
And what's that other little country up there?
Belgium.
Belgium, yes.
And the Netherlands.
Yes, and the Netherlands, yes, we've been there.
Amsterdam,
yeah,
we've been through
yeah,
there,
yeah.
been to Utrecht. Yeah, so we've been to quite a few places, haven't we? And you can't really have a bad word to say about any of the countries
not.
we've been to, because wherever we go, we meet such wonderful people, and
every place is lovely if you could see it.
Yeah. And there's
it
been,
is lovely. Yep.
There's been 1 or 2 people on the comments who've been saying, "Oh, you've inspired us. We're going to get a van and we're going to travel."
Yeah.
And one person, I can't remember your name, but you said you're getting a van. You're going to take a trip around Scotland before you do anything else.
Yeah, good idea. Very good.
And that is, we haven't been. We wanted to do the North Coast 500, but I don't think we'll ever do that. Maybe we will.
Yeah, we will. I want to do it.
But there's some wonderful places all over the UK.
Yeah, Scotland. We've enjoyed what we've seen of Scotland. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
We went to. We managed to get up as far as Ayr, and we stayed in a place called Killeen Castle.
Oh yes, stay there on a Sunday if you can.
And I'll
give that.
Memorably, the bus ride from the campsite into Ayr.
Yeah.
Was the most white knuckle ride. I remember it. We were clinging on to the seat in front.
He was in such a rush,
and it was it was windy roads. It was a single decker bus, and he was driving like a Formula 1 driver.
Yeah.
Plus, when we got back on to come back, we asked for a ticket. We said, "Well, we're going to Culzean Castle because it's Culzean Castle. That's how it's spelt." And he said, "You don't say it like that. It is sort of Scottish accent. It's Killeen." So you don't pronounce the Z in the middle. Yeah. Killeen Castle.
You must go there. Yes. Stay on the site. Stay right at the front, overlooking the sea. Oh wow.
It's a really friendly site too. Nice.
You go up a long driveway, don't you, to it? I remember that. That's my that I'm thinking is my favourite site in Scotland. I think it is.
Not that we've been to many places, but that's the one we've been. And we've been in the early days. We went all around England and we found some beautiful. The big surprise for me, because I'd been to Hull for a job interview years and years ago, and honestly, where I went for the job interview was, it was a bit grim, I've got to say. But when we went back there and we got the train into Hull, and we were on the outskirts in a little CL site, it's absolutely wonderful. The river and all the all the bits and pieces around, and there was an Amy Johnson exhibition going on all around the city.
Yes, there was. Yes,
wasn't there? That was great. And there's so many places. The other highlight for me was that place we stayed near. It was a CL site. We were in the caravan at Ibston, just off the M40. I think it was just off the M40. That's where we had our Brave the Shave.
Oh yes, that's
time.
a lovely CL site. Yes, Yes, that's a good one.
We had long hair. Wendy had hair down
way down. Yeah.
Down, and we were gonna do Brave the. Well, we did Brave the Shave, and the site owner, who was he sort of managed all the CL site thing for the club, and he was such a nice man. He gave us a donation, and
you'll have to link that video below, and you can see us.
I'll see if I can find
it. Yeah, with shaved heads. Yeah,
we've got.
I think it was in August 2016. Yeah,
2016.
I think it was
1st of August 2016. So it wasn't too far in.
No.
But bear in mind, I sort of know when it was, so I can go back to it, and I'll try and link it up there.
We was we was all right about it because
we did it outside, so we got the clippers
we
and we did it
yeah.
outside.
That's all right.
But then, we the next day, or the same day, we decided we'd go shopping in Henley with bald heads, and we did get some looks. I'll tell you that, because we had our Brave the Shave T-shirts on, and we got some looks. But there you are. But it was all good. I think we raised. I think it was over £400 for the Macmillan cancer. So that was quite good.
When we lived in Henley, I kissed that famous chef, didn't I, that lived there?
Oh,
that was a highlight for me.
It was. He was doing a cooking exhibition.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he was. I had my picture taken with him, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Shortly after that, he was disgraced on television for doing something bad. I don't know what he was doing. No, I don't know. Kissing the public or something.
But I do like Henley. Henley's a lovely place.
Henley's a beautiful place. Yeah. So, but all the places in the UK, if you can't manage to get over to Europe, there's plenty.
So many to see
around the UK, and such beautiful places to go.
You don't need to go abroad to see beauty.
No.
It's on our doorstep. Absolutely lovely sights.
So let's just talk a little bit about French airs, because people might not know the beauty of French airs. The whole thing is, it's all about allowing people in motorhomes, and motorhomes, 99% of them only allow motorhomes. One or two maybe will allow a caravan, but 99% of them will only allow motorhomes, and they're for overnight stops, and usually they're limited to 24, 48, 72 hours. Maybe some are unlimited, like you can stay there, no worries.
Yeah, long as
and they do the same sort of thing in Spain.
Yeah.
And what we found when we came across, we're travelling down to Spain, we found that the Vicarious Media books called All the Airs books, and we got the full set. So there's a book for all the airs in France North, so that's sort of halfway down France, and then France South, that's the other half of France, and then Spain and Portugal, which is a much smaller book.
And we've got the Stell platform for Germany.
We got the Nord Atlas.
Netherlands.
No, it's not the Nord. I keep calling it the Nord Atlas. Yeah. It's the Board Atlas.
Board Atlas, yeah.
For Germany and the Netherlands.
In fact, we've got it for most of the. Like we've got a book, and we can go and stay in well, we haven't been to Portugal yet, but Poland and Croatia, lots of different countries that we will visit.
So the heirs, they're normally based in or very near to a town or a village, and they have space for, you know, maybe 1 or 2, or could be up to 10 or 20 at times. We've stayed in heirs that are free, that have space for like 20 motorhomes. But they're like little car parks.
Yes.
They're like little car parks. So there's no camping activities allowed.
No.
So it's not like a campsite. So you can't get your barbecue and your chairs and tables and a ground sheet out. They're all on sort of hard standing. They're for you to come and stay if you're on your way, or you want to do a little bit of a visit to the village.
Yeah, there's some tourist attraction there often, isn't
yeah,
there?
and the great thing is that you can really immerse yourself in the local culture, can't you?
Because you'll always just walk up and have a look round the village or the town, and perhaps go and have a drink or buy something, and all they'll have, the heirs, I think they have to have is water and a waste. Yeah. And that's the minimum that you'll find.
No. They don't have to have water and waste. They don't have to. The villages have to provide a place for you to stop overnight.
Oh, right.
Some of them don't have any facilities at all, or they're parked close to like a leisure centre, so you get to use those facilities. But some, well, most of them will have fresh water fill up, grey waste emptying. And I think this is most of them, like 99% of them have fresh water fill up, grey waste emptying, and black waste emptying. So somewhere to empty. And some of them charge for the water fill up, and some of them have electric as well. Some of them do have electric, but that's normally paid for.
Not much though.
Water fill up, the most we paid for water fill up was €2. €2 for 100 litres, and that's pretty good value, I think, because So if you're looking to come across and wander around France, you can, if you're in a motorhome, you can get off the motorways, get off the toll roads, get all the heirs books.
Oh yeah.
Guarantee you won't regret that.
No.
Because they have a massive map with all the heirs numbered, so you can look to see where you want to go. Say you want to go to Burgundy, you can look on the map and it'll have all the numbers of all the heirs around where you want to go, and then you look in the book for.
Yeah.
Pippin's knocking things off the shelf there. You look in the book for the region and the number of the heir that you want to go to, and then it tells you all about it, doesn't it? Wendy knows more about this.
Yeah, got a couple of pictures of it and all the details. You know, it might have length restrictions or height restrictions getting there. So everything you need to know.
Yeah, so
and that's the real. You're seeing the real life France or Germany or wherever you happen to be.
Yeah.
You're not in a tourist. I mean, some of them are tourist towns, but you're not really in a most of the time you're in little villages and things like that, because they want you to stop there because you spend some money there and good for their community.
Yeah, when we're there, we're usually buying a few beers, popping out in the morning into a little French village to the boulangerie to buy the traditional French loaf, un baguette, s'il vous plaît. So, look at me, multilingual.
Not pan, baguette. No.
Un pain, that's a loaf of bread, that's not a stick. Un baguette is,
No, but pan, I'm saying we're in Spain now, they say pan.
Oh, pan, yeah. Well, correct. the weird slang word for a loaf of bread in Spain is a bimbo.
Oh, bimbo, yes. Yeah.
So if you went into a shop and asked for a bimbo, try it, because there's a brand of bread called Bimbo, and it's a sort of mass-produced white sliced loaf that you might go into shop in England and say, "Oh, here's an old name. Can I have a Wonderloaf or whatever?
Yeah,
whatever you do, or a Hovis." They call it bimbo here, so that's the sort of slang for a white sliced loaf. Yeah, so that's French airs really. They're thousands all over France. They're less prevalent in the east of Spain. The further you go east, they're not so
Not
accessible. There's not so many.
No.
When you get to the west of France and all down into the sort of, you know, north of Paris, west of Paris, and then further down, mostly over to the west and central, there's thousands. You know, so you can go anywhere, and some of them charge.
The ones that are in like the tourists, we were going to look at Biarritz, for example, you won't stay there for free. It'll be a little bit of a charge. But
yeah.
And the other thing about
the charges are normally about €5.
Yeah, something
normally.
like that. Yeah.
Does that, you know, it might be €2, it might be 7 or 8, sometimes 10. But pretty cheap, especially if you're mixing in with the free airs. You know, and you're saying, well, I'm going to go and stay in airs for a couple of weeks.
So I really want to go to that big,
and
see that city. If you want to see, say like you really want to see Biarritz or somewhere like, or Cannes or somewhere.
Yeah.
You'll have to pay.
So
and the other thing I was going to say was also on the map it shows you where all the LPG stations are.
Oh,
so
yeah, on the
useful.
back of the map it's got an LPG map as well.
So everywhere, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Combine the two. So
yeah, so you know, and they have the same thing in Spain, and we've stayed at some wonderful airs in Spain. One that particularly sticks out in my memory, and I can never remember the name of it, but we parked right on the edge. We reversed up to an orange grove, so there's like hundreds and hundreds of orange trees full of oranges, and there was a monastery just down the road which was being restored, and you were allowed to walk around, and they had orange trees in the monastery as well.
That was a lovely place.
They had guided tours, but we didn't pay for that. No. We just wandered around by ourselves because that was just as good. That was such a lovely place. It had 3 or 4 bars, and we used each one of them because we stayed there for 3 nights maximum stay. The police came in the morning, drove round, and then went out because they were just checking that you weren't there for a 4th night. Because
that's unusual, though.
They'd kick you out.
That's unusual.
Yeah, but it was the first bar we went into. No one spoke any English at all. Quite rural, about 30 miles inland from the sea, and it was. We could order beer. Dos cerveza. Great, we could do that easy, right? But then the locals started to talk to us, didn't they, in Spanish, and that was probably the best use of Google Translate that we'd ever had, because we were just passing the phone backwards and forwards, and somebody tried to sell us some cold press olive oil, like a 5-litre tub of it. It's like, because he'd been in the bar, sold him some, and he was just going round everybody else.
Yeah, trying to.
You know, I think it was
€20 for us to carry around, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'm sure it would have been very nice.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the best cold pressed olive oil.
Yes, and you know, and then the other bars were quite good. One of them was much more expensive than the others, and it wasn't that good actually. And I managed to, you know, because the bar woman said, "Oh, you know, are you happy?" And I said, "Well, it's a bit expensive, you know, compared to the other bars." That upset her a bit, so we left.
Yeah, I think we did.
I was practicing my Spanish, but there you are. So that's airs for you. Don't be frightened to use them, because they are really, really good.
I think when I get the book out, I'll if anyone's interested, I'll just read you through a few of the numbers in the book. or tell you the places if you want to stay in them, because we recommend some. Yeah. Yeah. Because I want you to enjoy them as much as we do.
Yeah.
And you can get a bad one, the same with everything. Sometimes we say, "Oh God, I'm not staying there again."
Yeah, some
but
of them,
it's rare.
Yeah, yeah. There was one we stayed out right up on the Atlantic coast, on the Ile de something or other. Can't remember. But it was, you know, it was in the winter. No one else was there. It cost it cost €8 for the night, and we stayed there because it had a laundry. And it had showers, but the showers, there was no hot water.
No.
The laundry worked, but you know, and it was so muddy everywhere.
Frightened.
Yeah, but we stayed there for one night.
It was eerie. I thought it was eerie.
Yeah,
not really.
Right,
I don't know what it was. It was just spooky.
Yeah. But there you are. But let's talk about the last little recommendation that you want to talk about is Buchy.
Oh yes.
Buchy in France. Now, if you've been on a trip around France and going back on the Channel Tunnel, then this is the place, and especially if you've got a dog, right? This is the place for you, right? Because the further towards Calais you get, there's an exponential increase in the cost of worming tablet for your dog. So much so that we met somebody at the Calais dog exercise area. He'd been caught out. He hadn't had his dogs done for the worming, and he was having to go to the Channel Tunnel recommended vet just down the road and pay £25 per dog. And he had 3 dogs. So you go to Buchy, and there's an air in Buchy. We didn't get to stay there because it was full of the fair. All the fair was in town, so it was all there. But we did manage to use the vet.
Because you can park in the vet with your motorhome. We've got a big motorhome. We could park in the car park.
This Comanche, it's just over 3 meters high, 2.4 meters wide, and nearly 9 meters long. So you know, 27 feet long, 30 feet long, and we could get into the vet's car park, turn it around and reverse it into a parking space. So it's, you know, it's a reasonable sized car park. There wasn't much traffic.
Big supermarket opposite. You could
there's
park there as well.
There's a Carrefour's
you could
just
park
opposite. It's a little bit up the road. It's about like 100 yards up the road.
You could park there.
But we drove to we didn't know how far it was, so we drove up. But it's about 100 yards.
And we went there and I was going to make an appointment, and they just did it there and then. They
said,
there.
Want a worming tablet?
Yeah.
There you go. Passport, sign that up.
Yeah.
All good, right?
All good. No worries. No.
So that's a place called Buchy. It's very good. It's a couple of hours drive away from the Calais Channel Tunnel, which is very good. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that's been useful for you, and will inspire you to travel all over the UK to see the beauties that are there for the looking, and of course into France to try out their little French village airs, which is quite a revelation. Can't recommend that enough.
No.
And then maybe you get down to Spain for a bit of winter sun like we do. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye for now. We'll see you again soon.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you.